I know it can be really discouraging when you've been single for a while and it feels like nothing is happening, like no one is noticing the effort that you're putting in, or maybe you're just invisible in the dating world. Sometimes before something really great shows up in your life, there's a bit of a quiet phase. It's the phase where you're doing the internal work. You're making changes and becoming the version of yourself that's ready for the kind of relationship that you actually want. If you're new here, hi, I'm Courtney Ryan, and today I'm going to share some subtle but powerful signs that you're on the right track. Signs that you'll have a girlfriend soon, even if it doesn't look that way yet. The first thing on my list today is that you've stopped chasing. There is a big difference between wanting a relationship and feeling like you need one. When you're chasing, you're operating from need, from a place of scarcity or insecurity. You're trying to force something to happen instead of just letting things unfold naturally. But when you stop chasing, that's when everything starts to shift. You're no longer texting 5 different women that you aren't even into that much, just hoping that one replies. You're not obsessing over every interaction or wondering why she hasn't texted you back. You're calm, you're focused, you're selective, and that calmness is magnetic. Women can feel when a man is grounded and not desperate for validation. It makes you come across as confident and secure, two qualities that naturally attract the right kind of attention. You might not see instant results, and that's okay. The energy shift happens first, and the opportunities follow. When your mindset moves from, I need a girlfriend, to, I'm building a life that I'm proud of, that is where real connection can happen. Number 2, you're finally emotionally available. Being single doesn't just automatically mean that you're ready for a relationship or love. Emotional availability is something that you earn through healing, reflection, and growth. Maybe you've taken the time to process a past relationship instead of just jumping straight into another one and going for a rebound. Maybe you've forgiven yourself for things that didn't go perfectly, or maybe you've finally stopped idealizing someone who was never truly compatible with you. If you're at a place where you can be open to connection without fear, bitterness, or comparison, that is a huge sign of progress. Emotional availability looks like being able to communicate honestly. It looks like being comfortable with vulnerability. And it means you can show up for someone without letting old wounds or walls get in your way. You'll know you've reached this point when you start meeting new people and you notice that you're not reacting the same way that you used to. Maybe you're not as guarded, you're not jaded, you're open. That is what attracts emotionally healthy relationships. Number 3, you're improving your lifestyle, not just your looks. Now, of course, appearance matters. We want to make a good first impression. I have done so many videos about this. But I think real growth happens when you start improving your life, not just your image. If you've been paying attention to your routines, your mindset, and how you take care of yourself, that is one of the clearest signs that you are evolving into someone who is ready for a healthy relationship. You have got to take care of yourself first. Maybe you've started going to the gym regularly, eating better, or keeping your space clean. Those might seem like really small things, but they signal emotional maturity and self-respect, and women are going to pick up on that instantly. A man with structure, discipline, and balance feels different to be around. He's not restless, scattered, or trying to prove something. His life has stability and direction, and that is what makes women feel safe enough with you to trust and invest emotionally. So, if you've been focusing on improving your overall lifestyle, not just your appearance, although that matters too, you're doing exactly what you should be. That kind of growth pays off in every area of your life, especially dating. Number 4, women are starting to treat you differently. Sometimes progress is not just internal, it's reflected back at you through how people are responding to you. Maybe you've noticed that women are smiling at you more, holding eye contact a little longer, or starting conversations first. Or maybe people just seem more relaxed and comfortable around you. That's not random. When you improve your confidence, posture, tone of voice, energy, people feel it, even subconsciously. You start giving off secure, grounded energy instead of nervous, approval-seeking energy. So even if you haven't met someone yet, you've started to build momentum there. Others are noticing your growth before you even realize it yourself. That's how attraction starts forming in your orbit slowly, naturally, and often when you're not even trying that hard. Number 5, you're becoming comfortable on your own. This one is huge and it might sound a little bit backwards, but I think being happy single is one of the clearest signs that you are ready for a relationship. When you stop needing someone to fill a void and you start just enjoying your own company, you develop emotional independence. You're no longer trying to escape loneliness. You're learning to thrive in solitude. Being single can be a wonderful thing for your personal growth. And I think that kind of energy is so powerful because it comes across as security. You're not looking for someone to complete you. You're looking for someone to add to the life that you have already built. Maybe you've started cooking for yourself, going out alone, or spending weekends doing things that make you happy instead of constantly searching for someone to do them with. When you do that, you stop radiating desperation and start radiating peace. An attraction magnet. Now, I also do want to mention here, it is perfectly normal to want human connection, to want a relationship, and to want someone to spend your life with. That's a very normal thing to feel. So I don't want you to think that I'm telling you not to feel that way. But I think there is so much beauty in being comfortable, being alone as well, and really building a life that you're proud of, that you feel really confident inviting a woman into. Number 6, you've built a social life that brings you opportunities. A lot of people think that finding a relationship is just about luck. But in reality, I think a lot of it has to do with exposure. The more you put yourself in environments where connection could happen, the more likely it will happen. Duh. Maybe you've started saying yes to more social plans. Maybe you joined a group for the hobby that you're into. You go to the gym at the same time each week. Or you attend events through friends or work. Those moments matter. Aside from dating apps, most people meet their partner through shared environments, places where they naturally cross paths and have something in common. When you're open to those experiences, you're not forcing anything. You're just creating space for a genuine connection by doing something that you already enjoy. It's perfect. So even if you haven't met someone yet, the fact that you're building a social life and expanding your circle means that you're putting yourself in the right position for something real to happen. Number 7, you're clear about what you want and also what you don't want. Clarity is a major sign of growth. When you have stopped entertaining people who are inconsistent, immature, or emotionally unavailable, that shows that you have learned from your past. It might feel like your dating life is slowing down a little bit, or that your options are fewer. But what's really happening is just refinement. You're filtering out what doesn't fit. You're no longer chasing chemistry at the expense of compatibility. Being clear about what you want also protects your peace. You waste less energy, you recover faster from disappointment, and you attract people who share your values. Women can sense that. A man who knows what he's looking for stands out from the crowd because he isn't easily swayed or confused. Quality over quantity always wins. You're not looking for just any relationship. You're looking for someone that you are truly compatible with. Number 8, you've become more self-aware. Self-awareness is the foundation of emotional intelligence, and emotional intelligence is what makes relationships thrive. Maybe you've started reflecting after dates instead of just blaming the other person. Or maybe you're noticing patterns in your past relationships, the kinds of women that you're drawn to, the situations that continue to repeat themselves. That level of self-awareness shows that you are evolving. You're no longer dating on autopilot or repeating old mistakes. You are paying attention, learning, and growing. Women are going to sense that difference immediately. A man who owns his part in things and takes accountability is miles ahead of the guys who just complain that all women are the same. You do not have to be perfect, but being aware, curious, and willing to improve sets you apart in a huge way. So if you've been feeling discouraged or like things aren't happening fast enough for you, take a step back and look for these signs. Progress is not always obvious. Sometimes it's really subtle. It's happening in your habits, your mindset, and how people respond to you long before the right relationship appears. Keep building yourself, keep showing up, and trust that when you're aligned with who you truly are, the right people are going to notice. So that is all I have for this one. If you liked it or found it helpful, be sure to give it a thumbs up and subscribe for more advice like this every week. I post on Wednesdays and Sundays. So if you haven't already, also be sure to follow me over on Instagram, Courtney, Christine, Ryan. I love connecting with all of you guys over on there as well. And I would love to hear from you guys down in the comments. Have you experienced anything that I mentioned in this video? I would love to hear your experiences and stories down in the comments if you are open to sharing. As always, thank you all so much for watching, and I will see you all next time.